Hello everyone, Hooks Gamer here, welcome to the channel. We're looking at our lovely island of Kinship, as it's called. Guys, you may see me redoing the island. Well, not redoing, but adding what's missing, basically. So there's actually a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. I'm actually very excited about this. It's actually so super cool. So I've moved the T buildings, right? They have completely changed. Originally, I actually copied them from Crown Falls and put them here. But then I realized that the original buildings needed herbs. Now, these buildings have been redesigned because I've updated the mods, basically. So now the building looks like this. And there they are. So, I mean, they look fantastic. They look like a proper Victorian English factories, I would say. But look what they need, right? T-docks. So, it's a tiny building like this. It looks like a... how do I call this? Docks? Or part of the docks? Which looks so... I mean, like, you can literally incorporate it into the docks. And I guess maybe that's what the idea behind having them like this is. Yeah, I mean, it's so super cool. And it would only make sense because tea back then, and even now, I mean, it's imported from countries in Southeast Asia and South America. So look at this. I mean, yeah, it's so well. Anyway, so the only thing is that there aren't too many items that are covering it. You can additionally cover them with a trade union or Harbour Master's office. So I've gotten a couple of items because I kind of didn't want to have too many of them because we are only going with 6 tea for now anyway. Right, so this is the drink production area, and yeah, I've 4 items. The local office is here. It's a bit of a shame the island is like this because we're kind of limited to what we can do. So 2 trade unions aren't covered, but I figured that actually this is better. This one additional slot than 50% production because I mean, some items, this one is 50 whatever, but there are items that are increasing the production for like 70%, let's say, or they are additionally producing some other goods, etc. So it's 100% better than the 50% production from electricity. Now, electricity is a bit of an issue here because we've no oil. The smaller refinery that we have here isn't just sufficient. We are getting deliveries from the New World, but we need to expand that a bit. So that's pretty much it. A small food production here, just bread and flour. Jewelry and the clockmakers, and I've moved. We don't need that much steel anymore, and I've moved those guys here. Electricity isn't really covering this area too much, practically at all, because we probably would need another one somewhere over here, another one of these guys, but I mean, oil is a bit of an issue, so that's something that we need to address. Okay, and then the fur production over here. I actually wanted to try because, I mean, what's the point having... Yeah, okay. We need linen for this. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I really would like if there were 2 variations of the trade union, but there really isn't. So what can we do? They're just way too big for, and let's say because the cloth production or what's it called, fashion or whatever you want to call it, right, has so many items, and if you put them here, that's it. I mean, you can't cover anything else. Now, this one is kind of the best because I can cover spectacles, I can cover the light bulb factory. I mean, just with one item, but that is sufficient anyhow. Now, I've this guy here to give us more glass. We may need ferrous instead at some point. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. And I've added these things, right? The souvenirs and the lemonade. Now, let me just show you. So, souvenirs and lemonade are pretty much covered with the same items. And this is the guy I was talking about before. So, he's called John Dalton, and he does a couple of things. So, he's extremely good. I mean, productivity is crazy. He additionally provides extra goods, so only with 4 lemonade factories and these items, right? So him, Madame Pearl, the get rich for ethanol and double redundancy, we're able to produce twice the amount what the entire population of everywhere needs. So it's actually crazy. For lemonade, and then souvenirs, I think good 80% of it, okay? So I didn't put him here because what he does, okay, is that he replaces the goods that are normally needed. So instead of, I think there's camphor wax and cotton, he uses pearls and celluloids. And for here, if we put him here, I may have him. No, I don't. But it goes into like hibiscus petals and herbs or something like that, which then we wouldn't be able to do because that's an Embesa and we haven't really done anything in Embesa. So that's really it for here. I have moved kind of a couple of things around because the penny farthings and sewing machines are actually covered by exactly the same item. So this item is New Brennan Iron Bright. It's a spin-off of Bruno, or his brother, I guess. That's why the icon's the same. And I mean, look what he does. It's kind of strange. 2 out of 3. So he provides additional 2 every 3 cycles. So why not just say 1 out of 2? But anyway, that's fine. So that's what it is. And yeah, we're producing everything that we'll need for probably for some time to come. So yeah. That's clearly it. Now, I've a bit of a dilemma. So basically what I'm doing, right, is that I'm supplying Beryl all the time with the items she needs. Now, she has not produced a single ship yet. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe... Now, you may have seen me vacating this island, right? But what happened is that Benta took it right away. So I'm just thinking that the moment I do it, this is something that will happen again. So I'm a bit, yeah, I'm quite unsure what to do in this regard. I guess we could always check and see. I've been actually there've been quite good few items here. So let's try that anyway. I'm going to vacate. Yeah, this item is actually quite good. Okay, so I'm just gonna come here. I want to give her an island, yeah, like this. Okay, and let's just see if Benta is going to do this. It's interesting that this guy is here. Okay. Oh, I think she is. Hey. Okay, well that answers my question then. Perfect. Okay, it's just a pity she goes for this island because there's absolutely nothing she can do here in terms of development. But that's fine. We'll be supplying her with. She doesn't request anything now, but we'll supply her with stuff just to get her going. She can get coal. Yeah, there's no iron. She needed iron. And the other island. Okay. Well, let's see how she does. It's interesting that she's able to do this without steel beams. So, I mean, she's no steel beams at all. And like, even before I started supplying, she's able to produce steel with having only coal. So, it's the mysteries of AI, huh? Anyway, well, let's see what she does. We may want to block this island then. Quite promptly. So if we notice that, let's say, Benta is going there, we could just build a warehouse quickly. So let's perhaps do it. I always forgot what's needed, but I think that's it. I think it's just wood and steel, isn't it? There's no bricks. But just in case. Yeah, this guy is now here. So I haven't rebuilt the
My son warns me you've a knack for battering.
the male guys yet, because he's got still them. So what I want to do is to delete them. I guess destroy them is the word. And destroy them by deletion, and yeah, and then basically that's it. And then it's just because he'll be hunting and those guys have no way of protecting themselves, so yeah. So we need to do this because we're still at war with him. We don't have to be, but just I guess whatever. I mean, he doesn't even have the ability anymore, I think, to rebuild, even if... Although, having said that, I did play before where there was an island of... I think just a new world. And I've made some space in old world, I think. The only thing is that in new world you can still make ships, so... Anyway. Showing us a yellow. Oh, they're here. Okay.
Stations. Moving to coordinates.
Those little monitors, whatever, they're very fast, so that's good. Flak cannons effect. Okay. But yeah, it's silly. I mean, if he went inland, we would never be able to reach him, so it's just silly. Anyway, but that's what it is, so let's leave that. And let me just quickly show you what's going on Crown Falls. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Ship under attack.
Under attack? Ah.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Ah, okay. And he's got mines as well. I mean, what?
Aye.
Let's leave them here, just outside of the range. Oh.
Wounded by the
He gets destroyed in a moment. Yeah, no, they're just outside of the range. Okay.
Fleet ready.
So we want to go to passive defense. Yeah, okay. And because they're just circulating mindlessly, we can
A tiny something to
hopefully
keep you
destroy
going.
them, I guess. Yeah, they're just circulating mindlessly. Okay,
A
fine.
competitor raised a settlement.
So this guy... Oh! And it's Hugo.
Realize what's at stake here.
Okay, okay. So I see what was the purpose of it. And I think Beryl has gone out again, perhaps? Oh no, she's now developing this island. She's busy to do this. Okay, so now she's producing this. That is so interesting. And now she's got a ship. Yeah, hey. Okay, so she only needed another island. That's it. Okay, so this is a bit silly. But I mean, if we made room, he could come back. So, yeah, that was rather unexpected.
Ideas always float back to the surface.
Yeah.
At least you're a bit rough around the fringes.
Are they shooting?
Swagger.
Seem to be. Yeah, okay. So let's just see, because the drops are very random. Could be anything.
Steering to target coordinates. Hi.
Yeah, we don't need any of this. Potatoes.
Ready, Admiral.
Bricks.
Ship under attack.
Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff. Okay. That's a pity, but that's okay. Okay, so he's got no longer any of those. He won't be able to rebuild them. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy him over there. There's just no point. I want Beryl. There's no point having this guy there. But I guess what we'll do is, because he can't really do too much over here, this island is useless. There's no iron or anything. So I'm just gonna take over this island and basically keep it, right? And then once Beryl is ready, once she's kind of fully developed, you can see what she's doing here. Yeah, that's very good. So she's going fully on steel production. Yeah, she's getting more houses in. That's actually so cool to see. Yeah, that's very cool. Very, very good. Okay. So she'll be able to expand pretty quick.
Ship under attack.
And now she's got a ship to do this, so that's fine. Let's just put him sideways. And he'll take it in no time. Okay. Right, so that's enough of that. Okay, let me just show you what's going on here. So I am planning to revamp this area. I actually decided that the trade union, the World's Fair, will go somewhere here in the middle.
To change the master is not to be
But we
free.
do need to.
Those people would rather die than serve.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, isn't this crazy? Yeah,
Feel
it's
the swings between your
it's absolutely
feet.
crazy that we're getting items. It's just so random.
Treasury.
Commitment. Yeah, I love the names. So I guess these aren't that crazy. But we can just take them. And let's just do this. We don't need that.
The city has grown more beautiful.
And
This
those
city is a
things we'll
magnet for
donate.
genius.
Yeah, perfect.
Ready for assignment.
Okay, so that's enough excitement. Now the good thing, guys, is finally this. I mean, I don't know what happened, but suddenly it actually happened after the completion of World's Fair, it seems. So whatever happened there, I am so happy about. Okay, so what I want to do, okay, is to get to a point where we can promote some of the investors. I want to have investors here. These guys will be moved, and we are delivering elevators from the other island. Now this island is completely full on elevators, but we need to kind of stay on top of it because you'll need a lot of it once it's kind of gets going. Okay, and then I want to move the World's Fair here, and I want to do... I actually was thinking, but no, the palace looks good over there because it reaches really everywhere, so it's good. Yeah. I was thinking of relocating, but no, that's good. That's fine. It'll stay the way it is. Okay, and then the final thing is I want to have more of these guys, right? So we need to move a couple of houses and whatever. Probably this will go away once we have this place filled. So let's jump into a time lapse, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, guys, and welcome to the time lapse of the game. So I'm starting with deleting the roads. It's actually very satisfying. One of the things I like to do is to delete funny looking roads. But what I want to do is to have the straight lines, I guess, when it comes to the rail track, and add a triple one, right? So have 3 of them, and move the actual harbor area. So it'll be, because it constantly tells us that there is some blockage, track's busy, whatever. So because we have plenty space here, so I decided just to add them here. It still tells us that it's occupied, so I don't know anymore. And this passenger thing is just overloading the train unnecessary, but that's okay. That's what it is. It's needed for the tourists. So that's fine. So just moving things around. I decided then to have those 2 mines covered by one of the trade unions. So I'm moving it around. This allows us to add, I always forget his name, Van Malching, I think, whatever. And he's adding obviously the productivity and the fact that produces more oil. So that's always very, very welcome, especially now that we're kind of short of it on other islands. So once I have that done, which I always kind of wanted to do, I'm adding just more peeps. This then allows us to develop the investors, obviously, that we're so lacking. So I'm just reconnecting everything. This power plant I will disable at some point because for the moment it's not needed and it's only using the oil. Clearing up all this area, nothing too crazy. Right, so I'm just checking the coverage of the post offices. Obviously, I do not want to forget about those, so just kind of trying to fit them as best as I can. And then we can jump right into removing or moving the theater and having one of the town halls over here. So I am checking the different town halls that we have to find the best one that we can put there. And I do really like the one, the kind of a tower. I always forget the name of it, but we've used it many times, and I think we'll use it again. It's just such a cool, yeah, it looks very, very well. I mean, it's just such an investor tower. So it looks very well. It fits right in where the theater used to be. So then I'm just moving things around, right? So I am replacing, within the radius of the civic center, I'm placing the investors and taking some of the engineers out. The reason for it is that I don't want to upgrade too many to investors because we want to make sure that we keep 50,000 engineers for our research, right? I mean, we were spending so much time getting there. There's definitely not a hope we'll be going back to below that number. So in order to do that, obviously, because it's a tiered game, we need to upgrade some of them, and I don't want to say downgrade, but yeah, so upgrade a lot of them, and then I'm roughly upgrading them within the range, not just down to the range, because obviously there'll be more to come, but for the moment that's what it is. So anyway, there is more. There's definitely many more town halls that have to come. But for the moment, I'm focusing on this area here because I want to clear the middle of it so we can actually have the different monuments inside the town, I guess. So I actually didn't quite know where to put them, but then I just looked at the side here and they fit so well. So I said to myself, might as well just put them there. But then I noticed that the Civic Center is still able to cover quite a few of them. So I decided to move them around again. So I'm just taking them out of here. We will need to upgrade a few more. But yeah, I think that over here it works so well. So I just took them out of there basically. So I'm moving things around. This has to go out because I need one of those. So it fit very well. You can place the little bus stop and things like that in the little spaces, and then once I've upgraded the artisans, I can move all of them here next to the post office so we can get more letters. Not that we need them, I guess. Yep, and that's pretty much it. So I wanted to do something quite different for this area. So I've decided on this L shape. The only trouble is that, yeah, it's a pity that you cannot have this guy inside. Obviously, he doesn't get any road. But then I didn't do it there, but I'm gonna place something basically, like a little fountain or something. I'm sure we can find something for that little space. So I just insulted Hugo because I don't know, he was saying something or something to do with propaganda, one of those. So I said I'll give him an insult. So we've mostly cleared the area here in the middle. It's actually crazy how much space the World Fair needs. Such a massive building. But here you are, that's the World Fair. And then I've decided, right? So I've decided that we have the platform here. Now, the reason for it is that the platform has, it's quite flat, right? So it's kind of like an area that you can treat as a plaza, really, right? And then the best thing about the platform is that apart from being quite flat and apart from being very big as well, which and lively and everything, because there's a lot of movement, a lot of people walking around and everything. The best thing about the platform, I think, is that it acts as a warehouse. So because we have the two monuments next to one another and they need warehouse all the time, instead of having an ugly warehouse, why not use the platform? So I decided to do that. Now I'm trying to figure out why this isn't going away. And the Iron Tower is constantly saying that Queen is visiting, whatever. So it's hard to know. I'm sure, I don't know what I have done wrong. Maybe I've done something wrong, or maybe it's just something has triggered incorrectly. Maybe something hasn't triggered just yet. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, so the other reason that I wanted to use this right over here is that I actually never really used those items here, right? Because there was never, because I always had it somewhere in a corner forgotten, and I only use it for items. It was never like a centerpiece. So it kind of works well. I was trying to figure out if there was something else that we could place here, but there wasn't really anything. So then I've decided to place these, I guess, pavements, just to give us an idea, right? How much space we've got to work with, if there are other buildings to come, etc., etc. So that will kind of, yeah, it also gives us kind of this nice plaza. Obviously, these houses here to the north of where I'm placing the town hall can be removed as well to make more room for like the Skyline Tower or whatever. So that's not going to be too bad. Anyway, so I'm placing the trade union because of the platform, so we can have faster loading speed. And I actually cannot wait for the skylines and the skyscrapers to come, because once we have them and once we get the deliveries for letters and everything, the area will look much lively, and I think it'll look quite cool. I've never done it before, so I'm kind of looking forward to see that. Righty-ho, so I'm just updating or upgrading more of the investors. I guess I'm updating the houses, if you will, for sure. And then I've noticed there were other items I've never saw in the game. So this gas kind of storage I found, and I just realized that there is a mod that actually allows you to produce gas out of coal in the old world, which I've never knew about. So I just decided to move this over here to the harbor city. I thought it'll look very, very well if we placed it in the right spot, but unfortunately, as the game or the description of it says that it expands the storage for gas, it didn't do anything for this island. We already have gas being produced in the New World and being delivered here, so that's not a problem. Now, the reason I stumbled upon it, I guess, let's put it this way, is that I needed a little gas-powered plant for the few of the houses that weren't covered, and we've just upgraded them. So that's it, and then I am jumping into this area. I'm moving those houses because I want to make sure that just, I guess, south, as we're looking at it right now, off the from the palace, there's nothing in the way, okay? There's no churches, no houses, no whatever. So I'm just making sure that all of that is clear. Now, the school wasn't really, literally just ended one tile before that, so I decided to have these two upgraded, and then I'm jumping right into zoo. Now, the zoo. Where do I start, right? So I do understand the idea behind the radius, same as, let's say, for animal farms. But I don't really think it works for the zoo that well. I mean, it does and it doesn't, but there are 110, I checked, there are 110 animals in the game, right? There's absolutely not a way that you would be able with this system to fit all of them. There's just not a hope, unless I don't think it's possible, but unless you put them literally one on top of the other without any spaces, which is something possibly that one could be doing, but I don't think it's possible even, because look at this, right? So I think we've managed to fit 25 here, and good portion of half is, so 40% is already taken. So I really don't think it's doable, but if you guys have other experience, please let me know. But no, I'm not a fan of it. And then let me just tell you one other reason why that is, and I'm just going to show you that. So I am just filling the gaps, obviously, with the pavements and looking actually for the fence. I cannot find the fence, but eventually I'll manage to do it, and just placing a fence all around the zoo. Now, this lovely fountain, yeah, this is the, I don't know if this is part of the mod. I think it is. I've never seen it before, so it's lovely. It just fits so well in this corner, so I'm happy with that. I actually thought for a zoo we probably should have more trees and things like that. But again, we're going for efficiency, and I guess once you add the animals, whatever, they're fine. But we're placing a little garden and obviously the opera or the amphitheater, if you will. Okay, and look what I mean, right? So the gate faces, the gate faces this way for the zoo. So people walk into the gate and they walk out to go to the actual zoo. So I really don't like it. It looks very silly, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. But if you don't do that, then you cannot use the full range of the building, because obviously the building is in the middle. So it's just a bit silly. Anyway, but I want to have at least good view of the different exhibitions developed, and so because they give us just the bonuses that I'm really after, to be honest. So that's really what I like to do. Okay guys, and we are back. So this is our lovely island of Crown Falls, and yeah, this was not an easy one, I must say, because of the fact that yeah, it's quite interesting the way everything kind of matches, but it doesn't at the same time, and you need to think of so many different things basically. So that's what it is. Anyway, we're going to go for this guy. Somehow we can't. Huh. Okay. That could have been because of this island again, but that's okay. Let's now delete it and see if, yeah, we've no items. Let's delete it and see if Beryl will come. And then this guy, it's interesting. Anyway, well, let's sit here and have him. Have them basically do stuff that we otherwise wouldn't be very proud of. But no, I would like to delete. I think we may just get rid of him, because what's the point keeping them like that? And that's really it. But yeah, you can see now Beryl is going, so that's perfect. Yeah. We just need to let her settle one island at a time, basically. So she's time to develop whatever she needs and things like that. You can see now she's got... Okay, so she's gotten rid of her...
Fine to see you.
Oh, I don't have trading rights with her, apparently. Okay. Yeah, that must have messed it up, but that's okay. It'll go back to normal in a while. This guy, I think he's coming again. But I am thinking... No, he's going that direction, but he's not coming here.
Attention for the Admiral.
It's interesting that we can't...
Fleet en route.
Yeah, we can't do anything. So that's okay. Now at the same time, we cannot go ahead and get our Arctic gas. We do have Arctic gas, but we're producing it in the New World, right? So that's what it is. Okay, and basically what I want to be doing as well is have a museum is just hard to know where to put it, very honestly. I find that actually quite difficult to know.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm just thinking we probably need a road. And let's just have the train go in. Go like this. Okay. And then what's gonna happen is there's a room for this. You can see even with this amount of modules, I mean the zoo will take probably all of it, to be honest. I mean the zoo is massive. And this is just for these items, right? Just for these things. Yeah. And then this isn't to mention the other stuff. I probably would want to leave space, but there's a lot of space up here for these guys. So it's hard to know, isn't it? Huh. I mean, the island is massive, but it's not that big if you want to keep all of the population on one island. Huh. Up here doesn't kind of make too much of a sense. Here? It's not an ideal space. I kind of like this area here. The only problem is that there isn't... Yeah, We probably don't need that many scholars though, do we? And even if so, we could just have this many. Yeah. Okay. So we could divide this in half basically and have a museum and botanical garden in one. I can't speak. Okay, so she wants museum, and where is it? That's with artisans, yeah, okay. So it's the very similar. I'm not a fan of this, but that's okay. Yeah, let's just do this for a moment. Basically, all I want to do is to have her go away.
People will come from far and wide to behold the scepter of Capon, the ultimate exponent of my authority. My dream, one's youthful imaginings of his place of triumph, so dutifully made.
And that's all it is, just for her to go away, and this should now...
Warts and all.
Doesn't.
I
We need
always
to
believed
ship
my
to
father
the...
came to be the
Oh, the crane.
Send something, or go to the ship or something. Oh, I got an empty ship.
Charles, very my desk.
Yeah, okay.
We shall be delighted. I may have been wrong about
Okay,
Anno.
so we got
Upon
this
my return
guy,
to the capital, I shall have a great big pillar built in his honor.
this guy, whatever. Okay.
On our way.
Yeah. Battle of Trelawney.
Well, it's high time I returned to
Escort.
There's
So
been
we-
a dreadful misunderstanding. It's now
Okay,
I need
that's fine.
Think you can harm what's already dead.
Ship under attack. Your Highness. is under attack.
Firing the engines.
Your harbor is under attack.
There's something here.
Your
So might as well
harbor
just
is
do it
under
because I'm not quite sure what that is.
Ship under attack.
That's okay. We don't have to worry about those
Ship
guys.
under attack.
Cargo boat
Spare
at the ready.
nothing and no one.
Okay. She destroyed Hardwin. We can't repair
Don't
this
expect
because
you'll
we
show
haven't got.
mercy.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
rare we leave any
So
alive.
ceasefire. Okay, so let's just go back here quickly.
Ready for assignment.
Well, it's high time I returned.
How thrilling! A renowned
Perhaps
personage
let's
has
just
arrived.
have
If you think
3
we
of
can
them
beat
following her. I kind of left it very, very late for all of the
No interruption.
but that's okay. I mean,
If it benefits.
we're not playing campaign or anything, so I think after a reload of the game this should be okay and we should be fine to destroy that little ship that he's got, because we don't want him to settle and be in the same position afterwards. So that mechanic is not the best, but that's okay. Yeah, now she's got ships. Sort of, I guess. Nothing too crazy. But I think we might give her this island. But I think what I'm gonna do is we'll just give her all of the small islands, which are 3 left. No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And perhaps one of the bigger islands in the old world, because we don't need them here whatsoever. Yeah, and like there's plenty. Yeah, that's a better idea. And then the only thing is that we just need to be sure that, let's say, someone else won't settle it.
Firing the engines.
Okay, so this guy is coming to Archie. They are escorting her out of here. I don't think there's anything else happening. This is just whatever, part of something. So let's
Be
just
strong in business.
yeah,
And
she's
become
done.
a pillar of our nation.
Warden of Trelawney. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So now this should kind of kick in, I think. Expedition.
We're under the weather.
So we kind of want to do the other ones, if that makes sense. Like for the zoo or something, and the kind of whatever. So he wants something? World fair, okay. Oh,
If you pop off now, you'll be back in time for tennis.
this actually looks well. Perfect.
I am quite penetrated by your kindness.
Okay. No problem. It's one of the best lines in the game, I think. Being penetrated by someone's kindness. Right, and then we can go into having the what do you call it? So the escort has finished. Okay, so what does he want now?
We will celebrate your leadership.
Select. Okay, whatever. Ah, this is for the Great Eastern, right? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So we have a ship over here. Let's just go down here and deliver this. We're not at war, so we can send normal ship. Okay, well this is still not unlocked for some reason.
From all the sights and beauty.
So I don't know anymore. Production was paused due to inauguration. Well, anyway, that's fine. I'm sure something else would unlock it. But looking at the quests, maybe it's this, but it says optional. What about the restaurants and things?
And I'll tell you your drink.
Yeah, we've unlocked everything.
I know the waiters personally. Wait a moment.
Yep. All of it. Food and drink.
Sit
Bar.
down at a table
Food
with
and
me.
drink.
Put your mind at ease.
Oh, it's a cafe. Okay. Yeah. Hot chocolate. That's a strange one. If you were to ask me. It's hard to know. Anyway, we've no items over here because of the fact that I really don't know what to put there, to be honest. I mean, we could increase the workforce and whatnot, like we do over here. But yeah. So Beryl is spreading. Okay, so it's strange that she's building those, then she's not, then she's deleted it over here, so it's just interesting the way she goes. Now the only thing is that that island isn't the best for her because again doesn't have iron. But are we selling it for her? Or to her, I should say. Apparently we've no trading rights. But that's okay, I've the ship basically going back and forth, so anytime she'll want it, she can have it. Yeah, so she's... Yeah, she can get pigs now. With pigs she can get soap. With soap she can go to...
You're ready.
Massive propeller.
Carry her about.
Trading tower.
Heavens, what shall I tell Her Majesty?
About what? Not sure. Not sure what he means by it. But yeah, with soap she can get the artisans, and then what else artisans need? Canned food. So she can get peppers on this island. Yeah. Perfect. So she'll have no trouble now upgrading. She can get grain now. She can get potatoes, and she's got grapes as well. So perfect. It's a good island for her, and because the AI is cheating, we know that she can supply literally 50,000 islands with just one field. So
My work is the love of my life. Instinct over...
yeah. Yeah, and then what I want to do, right, is to do like a central market kind of an area over here for artisans and for the other guys. Or maybe, yeah, no, somewhere over here would be fine. Or maybe somewhere like over here, closer to the tracks. And yeah, and that should be it. And we're producing items here. Just to kind of keep going, I guess. Nothing too crazy. So we should have quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. So that's good. We're gonna come bring those items here. Items like that are good, so I don't want to, because then, yeah, just something. Something different, I guess. But yeah, the palace will be quite tricky because we've 666. I mean, we're not going to 1 million anyway with it, right? So it's not going to be too detrimental. And as well as that, right? Now we're looking to go up. We're looking to go up. So with that, yeah, just. I actually read about this online, and there was people saying that this was an issue, but it was resolved. But there is no kind of conclusion to why this is happening, if that makes sense, or what triggers it. So I've never seen that happening. But then again, I've, you know, when you kind of play through it with kind of submitting all of it and kind of going through every single mission and whatever, then I don't think you'll ever have an issue with it, if that makes sense. So. Okay, so items, this island is now empty.
All hands at the ready.
So is this, we can donate those. And just this one. Yeah, so you can see these are pretty good items. Not that we need them, to be honest, but I kind of like to retrieve them.
We're adrift.
Let's go with faith.
Blow
Oh.
up the blowhole.
So normally I would take this, but we don't. Because we've no room. So, has she gone? No, she hasn't. Okay, she's going heavy into wool. Which is interesting. And I mean, she's got no ports or the commuter piers, but she's able to go for worker islands on an island where she's got no. And you can see how heavy she's going into steel. So good. Yeah. So island without workers, she can go for items that require, or items or production chains that require workers. So it's good. She's getting more and more active. Over here, what's going on is, I mean, I assume that these basically play the role of supplying them, basically, if that makes sense, right? So she can probably take the entire stock with her, if that makes sense, because that's how AI is built. Which is fine, we don't mind, because we want her obviously to succeed. And you can see she's kind of shutting down different things, and she had 2 of these, now she has only 1. Because she needs more population because of the production chains. So that's good to see. This island is pretty okay. But there is just one. Yeah, this one has iron, so it'll be. It's just such a bad island. But this one has iron as well. Yeah, so this isn't too bad. Actually, speaking of which, I just want to check. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so in a place like this, I mean, trade union is just amazing. And it just makes sense. I mean, you can literally have this, the local department, okay, for an additional item, and have 4 items. 1 for electricity, so you don't need anything, you don't need any power or whatever. Or even if you go for power, because with this guy, then you can have it, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, either or works. Okay, guys, I'm pretty happy with the progress in this episode. This is something that will continue on. Definitely, I want to so there'll be a couple of mellow episodes. You know, we're kind of finished with the war for the moment. We let Beryl build up her strength. I don't think it's gonna take her a long time. I think it'll be 1 or 2 episodes, and well, maybe 2 or 3. But yeah, and she'll be ready. And if once she will, I think she'll be in alliance with Bente, and what we can do is we can break alliance with Bente and go to war with both of them, I guess. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Good way to do this, I think. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I am more than interested to know what you guys think
I'm sure you do a
on
much
how
better
I
job
should
this
play
time.
this, how you prefer to watch the game, and yeah, and then we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'm collecting the pigs here for the farmer. It's hard to see them. Okay, this is a cow. Anyway, we can easily end here because I'll be here for the day trying to find those. I don't even know why I clicked on it. Oh, there it is. Piggy. I can see them now. It's like finding Willy. But where are the pigs? Huh. Where is Willy? Oh, another one. So 2 more. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, okay? I'll catch you up in the next episode. Take care of yourselves and stay hooked. Oh, there it is. And another one.